Hi, my name is Cassie Wilkie. I'm going to be working with Heather McKee today. She's my coworker here in the insurance office. She's going to be playing a customer, trying to change her insurance carrier, and I'm going to be trying to sell her our coverages.
Cassie?
Hi, Heather. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Thanks for coming in. Is now a good time? I know you came all the way here.
Yeah, I've got a few minutes.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. So I know that we've spoken about it a little bit in the past, but can you just explain some of the problems that you're having with your current insurance company for me?
Well, my biggest problem is it seems like our rates go up every single year, and I really never understand why the rates go up. It's not like we have a lot of claims,
Right.
or barely any claims at all. And we did actually have a claim one time with an automobile, and it seemed like it took a long time to ever get that all figured out with an adjuster meeting us. And I think I'm ready to meet with someone like face to face versus it being a company where I'm just calling on the phone and there's not somebody there for me to talk to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then once that happened, come to find out we ended up having to pay a lot more out of our pocket than we were expecting to. I thought we had better coverage than that, but I just had done something quick to get the best price, and
Right,
and it ended up kind of being a nightmare. So we're definitely looking for something else right now.
Great. Okay, so it seems like your rates are a problem, you've had trouble with claims, and you just wanted to make sure that you're, not underinsured.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that sounds all pretty doable. I know here at Farmers, our rates can fluctuate sometimes, but for the most part, they're going to stay pretty steady unless you do have like a major claim or anything like that. But we can always do things to help with that, play with your coverages and everything. As far as claims go, we have an amazing claims department. We actually just had a total loss on someone's home. Burnt to the ground. It was a horrible experience. They had a check no less than 2 weeks later for the exact amount that they were insured, and it would be the same way with your auto claims. And that's one thing that I've heard a lot of people complain about with their companies, that if someone, they have a claim, like say Geico, for example, they're hard to get a hold of, they just don't ever call you back, or they don't want to pay out. At Farmers, we're not that company that just doesn't want to pay out. We want to make sure that we're providing you with the service when something does happen, that you're taken care of and that you understand what's going on. And then as far as your coverages go, do you know what your auto coverage was set at as far as liability and bodily injury?
I'm not sure what those are, but I do know our deductibles are $1,000 on all of our automobiles. So.
Is it just one vehicle?
Actually, we have two.
Two. Okay. So I don't know if anybody's ever explained it to you before, but you'll see a lot on your declaration pages where it explains your coverages. Numbers like 2550-25 and 5100-50. What that means, the first number is going to cover you for your bodily injury per person that's in the vehicle.
Okay.
So if you have $25,000, it's going to cover that up to that amount. The $50,000, the second number, is your bodily injury per accident. So even if you had 12 people in the vehicle, it's only going to cover up to $50,000 in damages.
Okay.
And then as far as your property damage goes, it's only going to cover up to $25,000. So in your case, that may have been what you had, and you hit something, say you hit a Corvette or something like that, much more than $25,000 in damage. That's going to leave you having to pay the cost, like what happened in your situation.
Right.
So it's our job to make sure that you're completely insured, and usually we want it to cover up to your assets. So if you have a home and your 2 vehicles and a boat or anything, Oklahoma can actually come and seize those assets if something happens. That's the law here. So we want to make sure that you're covered completely.
Okay.
What we usually recommend for people is 50-150. That's 50,000, 100,000, 50,000. It's great coverage. A lot of people, depending on your job, whatever you do, they can go up to even 100, 300, 100, and even further than that if you want to. So there are a lot of options here. As far as your deductibles go, it's like with any other insurance company. If you pay a low deductible, you're going to have a higher premium.
Okay.
But if you want a higher deductible, say you don't get many accidents, you're a pretty safe driver, then you can afford to have those higher and pay a lower premium every month.
Okay.
So,
I might be interested in doing something like that.
yeah, definitely. Well, that's great. So, do you have any questions for me, or does that sound good?
Like I said, I think you answered some of the questions. I don't want I guess if the rates go up, I would just like for someone to be able to explain to me like why they're going up, especially if I'm not the one, you know, having an accident.
Right.
I also work Monday through Friday, and I work out of town, so it's really tough for me to try to get like somewhere during business hours. I just happen to have some free time today, but like, are you guys open on Saturday?
We are not open on Saturdays, but I'd be more than happy to give you my personal number. We always say if you get into an accident, call us. Don't call the farmer's number. We'll take care of it for you. But in a situation where you just need a service, or if you need an ID card or anything, they can get that taken care of for you at our farmer's number. So that's the good thing about us, is that we are bigger than just our office. So there's an 800 number that you can call. They can get you taken care of 24 hours a day.
Okay, and then I guess the other thing, like with my claim that we had before, and they were really pushing us to use a certain body shop, but we have family members that can do that work. So, like, I mean, do I get to choose who fixes my car if something happens?
Yeah, absolutely. We have body shops that we work with, but if there's one that you prefer, it's no problem. A lot of times the customers will go ahead and get the damage taken care of and just send us a receipt. It's no problem. It's taken care of very easily. Like I said, we don't fight you on wanting to pay stuff out. That's why we're here, to take care of you and your stuff.
Okay, so what are we looking at, like, on total cost?
So I talked to you about it before. I sent you that in an email. I don't know if you noticed. I gave you some pretty good coverage. It was about $125 a month for both your automobiles at that $5,150 and with your $1,000 deductibles. What did you think about that price?
It's pretty close to what I'm already paying on that, but like I said, I'm really interested in having like the one-on-one customer service versus just, you know, a telephone call. But like you said, we could work with the deductibles.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So if that's a little high for you, if you really wanted to get a good deal, we could raise your deductible, maybe try $1,500. We'd want to leave your liability at the same to make sure that you're not underinsured. And then we can look at maybe taking off that towing service. Since you have that second vehicle, you may not utilize that as much as you would, and that would save you a couple bucks a month.
Yeah, that would be good.
There are a lot of different options here, and the good thing about this is once you choose something, you're not set in that for 6 months. You can call us up and say, you know what, I paid off my vehicle, I don't need comp and collision on it anymore. We take that off, save you a bundle.
Okay, so like, I think that all sounds really good. And my other insurance, like as far as canceling it, how does that work? Like,
it's pretty easy to cancel it. A lot of people are worried about that. They usually want to wait until they renew or whatever. Whatever you've paid up to this point with your other company, they will send you a prorated refund. All companies do that. So if you wanted to do this today, we could go ahead and get you started, call up your other company and say, you know what, hey, can you cancel this effective today for me? And they'll say, yes, you can expect a whatever refund within the next few days.
Okay, I mean, I think we're ready to do it.
Okay, great. Do you have some time right now? We can set it
we can
up.
go ahead and do it.
Sounds great.
Thank you,
Thank
Cassie.
you.